Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here. We are continuing our journey to California for this spooky weekend. I'm hoping to be, I need to be in California by the end of the night. But it is a long way from Texas to California. Yesterday, we stopped off in Roswell, New Mexico, where we did all things celebrating UFOs and aliens, extraterrestrials. But today, I made another stop here in Tombstone, Arizona, where we will celebrate outlaws, cowboys, and gunslingers. A classic, iconic Wild West, genuine Wild West town here in southern Arizona. And I figure we're coming into Tombstone. The first thing we should do is see some tombstones. So we have stopped off here at the Boot Hill Graveyard, where some of the legends of the Wild West are buried because they're dead. Please follow me. Oh, and here is a hearse. Oh no, and look who's driving the hearse. It is a super spooky skeleton. And we enter the graveyard through this shack. Yeah, I love the cemetery. I think it's beautiful in a very unconventional way. See all the cactuses growing amongst the graves. Now, ironically, here in Tombstone, the markers are not made of stone. They're made of wood. So they're more like tomb planks. This is the grave of someone who's simply unknown. They just found a body and put it in the ground. And Tombstone, a notoriously violent place. As you can see here, Chaz Helms shot, Tom Waters shot, Dennis Cassadine killed. He might have been shot. We don't know. Could have been stabbed. And James Hickney shot by W.M. Claiborne. I don't know. I don't like the idea of the person that murdered me also having a name on my stone. And we see the pile of stones here, this mass grave. It's all the people. Billy Clanton, Frank McLaury, Tom McLaury, all died on exactly the same day. They were killed in the infamous shootout at the OK Corral, shot by Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, and their compatriots. And you can see here different views on what exactly happened, but it's pretty clear here that it says they were murdered in the streets of Tombstone, and that iconic gunfight, probably the most famous gunfight in Wild West history. And we may see more stuff relating to the shootout at the OK Corral in later today. And here's a family member, Newman Haynes, Old Man Clanton, killed August 1881. It says Meade here died of a sudden death. Unknown if that was the fact that he was suddenly hit by a bullet. And here's another thing that you'll find here at Boot Hill is the comedy at Tombstone. And, often you go to theme parks or attractions, so they have mock cemeteries with humorous captions. I think they can all find quite a bit of inspiration from the Boot Hill Cemetery. I think they all I think this kind of gave birth to the idea of comedy graveyards. So you can see here, here lies George Johnson, hanged by mistake, 1882. He was right, we was wrong, but we strung him up, and now he's gone. rook here was shot by someone of Chinese descent. This is Marshal Fred White. He was the first marshal of Tombstone, and being marshal, a dangerous occupation. See, he was shot by a Curly Bill. See, people have left items here. There is someone left the detention officer from the LAPD patch here. You see pennies, dollars, and sticker badges. Will DeLong was killed while playing cards. You can't even have a nice relaxing card game in this town without getting killed. And here it is, the real life Lester Moore. It says he was, of course, the iconic epitaph, Lester Moore, 4 slugs from a .44, no less, no more. You will often find this replicas of this in almost any comedy graveyard, especially Wild West themed graveyards. But here is the inspiration. Here's the real grave of Lester Moore. The grave of 6-shooter Jim, shot by Bert Alvord. Yeah, 6-shooter Jim. I guess live by the shooter, die by the shooter. Looks like this is the Chinese section of the cemetery. Of course, a lot of Chinese workers came to this part of the country for work. This is Mrs. Alum China Mary, born in China, died in Tombstone. This is 2 Chinese. I don't know why. There's plenty of room here. I don't know why they couldn't have made 2 graves. I'm guessing this wasn't this person's actual name. This is Cowboy Bill King, shot by Bert Alvord. Wait a minute. Bert Alvord's the same person that shot 6-shooter Jim. The cemetery is practically Bert Alvord's trophy collection. A lot of people that were hanged in this corner. Dan Dowd, Red Simple, Tex Howard, Bill Delaney, Dan Kelly. Yeah, these were all hanged. I guess this way to the Jewish cemetery and memorial. And this is the Jewish memorial here. It says, dedicated to the Jewish pioneers and their Indian friends. And unlike most cemeteries, we exit through the gift shop. And here in the gift shop, you can get all your Boot Hill merch. Boot Hill shirt. They got some mini blocks here. They don't have a Boot Hill mini blocks, though. That would have been cool. Quite a variety of shot glasses. Oh, look at this rattlesnake mug. Oh, wait, this is Lester Moore here on the door leaving the gift shop. It says he died with his boots on. And he did. And here we are on the legendary streets of Tombstone. I guess best place to start. That's always the visitor center, right? That's where you go when you're visiting. Okay, got a map here of some of the things to do in town, and this is the gunfight schedule. There's so many gunfights going on all day long. You walk down the dirt road here in the center of town. Oh, look at these horses here pulling the stagecoach. Hey, horses. So I do have to get to California tonight, so I did head out here a little early today so I could get on the road. So a lot of stuff is just not quite open yet, but it'll be opening here shortly. And here at the end of the street, we have the iconic Birdcage Theater, now converted into a museum. So yeah, the world famous Birdcage Theater, preserved since 1881. Come see the original bar room, the gambling casino, the dance hall, the hand-painted stage, 14 birdcage cribs, the orchestral pit, poker room, wine cellar, and the basement bordello. And here we are in the Birdcage Theater. This is the bar here, the saloon where you come in and drink, and there's actually a bullet in the bar there. You can see where people have been sticking their fingers in the bullet hole there. Now this painting is fascinating. This is Fatima, later known as Little Egypt. She was a belly dancer that got her start performing here. The Birdcage Theater in Tombstone later became world famous when she performed at the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago. All roads lead back to the World's Fair in Chicago. But an interesting bit of trivia is they actually reference her. She went by two names, Fatima and Little Egypt. They actually mention her as Little Egypt in the Carousel of Progress. I definitely think we need some Birdcage press pennies. You can get the Birdcage itself. You can get Wyatt Earp. You can get Doc Holliday. And then this is I guess a ticket to the Birdcage Theater, good for one drink or cigar, like a token you can exchange for booze or cigars. It's a quarter penny. And there we go, some fine Wild West pennies from Tombstone. And this section here is the theater, where the performances we done up on this stage here. So Little Egypt, who we saw in that painting, would have performed here. So the gentleman up front was explaining this is essentially the oldest building here in Tombstone, because they had several large fires, and the Birdcage was one of the only buildings that survived. So this was the same building, the same wooden floors, the same floor that was here during the Wild West, during the heyday, during the shootout at the OK Corral. So this is an absolute time capsule. See over here we have our guns. And look what they have here. It is a Fiji merman. It does specify that it is a merman there. And this is I love the Fiji mermaids. I love seeing them all over the country, but this one's special because read the description here. This is a member of the family of Nereids that inhabited the China Sea many centuries ago. This specimen has been captured in the Gulf of Tonkin. So they're keeping kayfabe. This is, according to this is a legit 100% actual species of mermaid pulled out of the Gulf of Tonkin. So that is amazing. Another fun thing here, it says there's only 2 of these in the United States. The others at the Gator Marine Museum in Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas. That's, the name's a little off there. It's the Arkansas Alligator Farm in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's not technically in the national park, but I have been and seen that merman as well. So, man, love it so much. It's a real, actual merman. So you see these boxes up here, these opera boxes. These are the bird cages. This is why it's called the Birdcage Theater, because it had these boxes up above where you can get a good view of the stage, good view of what's going on down in the theater. See some of the outlaws up there. And this is it says handmade crap table. Handmade crap table. It's for playing craps. It's not made of crap. It's not a table made of poor quality. Not a crap table, like a table that's not good. It's a crap table for playing the game craps. Craps. says this is the barber chair that Curly Bill got recognized in. Says he was getting his hair cut here. Someone recognized him, told Wyatt Earp tracked him down and killed him. I remember when we were over in the cemetery, I don't think I saw Curly Bill's grave, but I saw the graves of people that he had murdered because they put his name on the grave. Yeah, just imagine being up in these boxes, watching the gambling going on in here, watching the racy show up on the stage. Oh, who's that? I think is that Wyatt Earp up there? So actually, supposed to head up onto the stage to view the rest of the museum. But watch out, because outlaws are lurking around every corner. It's a dentist chair. Of course, Doc Holliday, a dentist before he turned to a life of gunfighting. See some female clothing in there. The saddle and a child's casket. And this is Black Maria, the original hearse used in Tombstone. So the vast majority of those people that we saw in the cemetery hitched a ride on Black Maria here to get to the cemetery. Yeah, it says with the exception of only 6 people, it buried everyone in the Boot Hill Cemetery. That is insane. Just think about all the people, the blood-soaked people in this hearse. Oh, this is actually a prop from the movie Tombstone. This was a coffin used in the movie. I gotta go back, watch that movie, see if I can spot this particular coffin. It says that this Boot Hill sign here was also used in the movie Tombstone. So that's pretty cool. Some pieces of movie history here. And look at the size. That is a big buffalo. Headed into the bowels of the birdcage. Yeah, it says these are the original gaming tables and chairs used here at the birdcage. You can see all that money changing hands there. Look at this guy. Looks like some sort of ghoul lording over the poker game. And these are the bordello rooms where lonely cowboys come to spend part of their evening. Now, several people here in town have recommended the old Tombstone Courthouse Museum. Quite a spectacular looking courthouse here, but let's see what's inside. Looks like the courthouse is actually a state historic park here in Arizona. And we start off with what else but saloons and gambling. This is a faro table. Apparently this was one of the primary games of the Old West. They played faro, and from what I understand, faro fell out of favor because apparently it's really easy to cheat at faro, and because of the fact that it was so easy to cheat at, it caused a lot of arguing and fighting, and leading to potential gunfights and whatnot. And I guess that's one of the reasons you don't see as much faro these days. You also see the roulette wheel. With all the drunkenness and gambling, there is time for wholesome fun here in Tombstone. You can play a little banjo, enjoy the 3D view from your stereo opticon. Some artifacts here from the early days of Tombstone. This is a bung mallet that's used to pound into the bung hole of a barrel. That's actually what the word bunghole comes from, is the hole in a barrel. So the bung mallet would be used to like cork the bunghole. And I think we just started using bunghole in different terminology because it just sounds like butthole. Here's some forgotten shears. Someone left their scissors out in the yard, and a tree grew through one of the handles. It's about Wyatt Earp here, who was a gunfighter here in town, legendary gunfighter. Some replicas of his firearms. And apparently that's his actual straight razor used to create that facial hair, that iconic Wyatt Earp mustache. Here's the doctoring tools of Dr. Goodfellow, who practiced here in Tombstone. Exhibit here on the first people of the area. Oh, the marshal's office. You can see the marshal contemplating. He's got a spittoon down there if he needs to hock a loogie. And here's the man that founded Tombstone, Mr. Ed Shefflin. Some of his items there, his rifle, because you gotta have a firearm here in Tombstone. I mean, come on. It's the Cochise County Jail. You can see the key there, and the poor outlaw thinking that probably bad things are coming in his life. You can step out here into the courtyard here at the courthouse. And what do they do in the courtyard of a courthouse? They do this. They use a Wild West justice, also known as hanging. So these are a reconstruction of the gallows that were here previously. They burned in a fire. And it says, at the time the state took over the execution of malefactors from the counties. So the county governments had the duty of executing people. That's just crazy if you think about. Think about your local county government. I worked for the Haywood County government. Haywood County, North Carolina. Oh man, that would not work out well. Head up here. This old original staircase here. And here's an exhibit on the cattleman. And there is a super spooky cattleman right there. It's an exhibit on saddles and horseshoes. Now, I'm just thinking to myself, this is a Wild West museum. You know, it's pretty much the law of the land. If you're a Wild West museum, you have to have a sizable barbed wire collection. They have, oh yes, oh there we go. This is what I'm talking about, the barbed wire right here. And look at this, it gives the names of the different types of barbed wire. Reynolds necktie, Glidden's oval twist, Klein's rail, Wings 2 staple. But of course, before you had barbed wire, you had brands. And you'll always see brand exhibits on branding irons in Wild West museums. Because it kind of tells the story of a change in time. Once upon a time, the cattle just roamed free. And you put your initials on a cattle. That's the way everyone knew it was yours. Of course, you know, that could be inefficient. People could steal your cattle. People could mess with your cattle. Your cattle could just get lost. But then when barbed wire was invented to keep cattle in, that changed the game, so to speak. Some of the local grasses you'll see here. You got a pressed tumbleweed. The pioneer section, people that came to Tombstone looking for a new life. Some of the tools they used in their new life. Traveling the country, going to all these museums, I've learned one thing. Pioneers, they carried around some really spooky looking dolls. Oh, wait, look at that. Look at that. It's a Kewpie. Oh, I spotted the Kewpie. It's hiding in that corner over there. Kewpie. There's the attorney's office. You can see the secretary there typing up a letter. This guy is wringing his hat, waiting to see his attorney. You better be careful, buddy. Have you got yourself in some trouble? Oh, there's an Old West camera. And this is a portrait chair that was used by local photographers, the Irwin brothers. And you can see some of these old pictures, these portraits done of locals. They're all sitting in that portrait chair. And then here's the actual courtroom here in the courthouse. Now they are doing some renovations currently, so you do see some things out as they fix things up. But yeah, that's where the judge would sit. That's where the jury would sit. And the defendant and the plaintiff sitting over here. Of course, they have their spittoons so they can spit tobacco while in court. Just imagine that. In open court, people are like, ha, pwah, into the spittoon. Oh, so the horses there have to stop for the stop sign just like everyone else.
Welcome to Tombstone.
Hello. Well, these are horses in training. He's taking them out on to learn the craft. And right behind that, we have the Tombstone trolley. And look at this hearse here. Not only does it have those bull horns on the front, those steer horns, it's also got a gun for a handle. Oh yeah, the horses are out. Stagecoach is rolling through town.
Outshines the brand.
All right, we're gonna mosey on over to the OK Corral. Okay, we enter here. Today's shows, gunfights all day it looks like. All right, and it is this way to the gunfight and museums. Got some saddles, got some carriages. So there's little museum sections here at the OK Corral. We've got the blacksmith shop over here. And then this is the life and death in the OK Corral. Talks about honest John Montgomery, who founded the OK Corral. Some more doctoring equipment. I imagine you'd have to have a lot of doctor equipment when everyone's constantly being shot. So yeah, up here's at the corral. You get a lot of horse-related things, horse buggies, made saddles, things like that. The jail over here kind of reminds me of Sad-Eye Joe. You can see the coffins of those killed at the gunfight. It's Thomas McLaury, William Clanton, and Robert McLaury. This here will take us to the gunfight show and gunfight site. The beautiful 1880s toilet there. And then this is considered a crib. And it says that cribs were where the soiled doves of Tombstone lived, aka working women. This is a working woman's home. And you know, I have a lot of respect for all the working women out there. Now, from my personal understanding, the gunfight at the OK Corral, the shootout at the OK Corral, it was kind of, you know, it's kind of ambiguous, like why they were fighting each other, other than just tensions had risen. Doc Holliday, the famed gunfighter, had rolled into town, had struck up some just hostilities with locals, just insulting, you know, each other, gambling, and just tensions rose to the point. His friends were He had friends of lawman Wyatt Earp and his two brothers lived here in Tombstone. They were friends with Doc Holliday. And as escalation rose between them and a group called the Cowboys that Doc Holliday had run afoul of, the tensions rose. I believe the lawmen tried to enforce the no guns in Tombstone ordinance, which apparently was never enforced, but they decided they were going to enforce it against the Cowboys, and tensions rose very quickly. And they said about 30 seconds of gunfight, rang out, and then it was over. With I think Wyatt Earp, the only one that was not injured, and several people dead. All the lawman side, none of them were killed, but they were all injured except Wyatt Earp, and then quite a few killed on the Cowboy side. And the live-action gunfight will start here in just a little bit. But there's actually two shows here at the OK Corral. You have the live-action gunfight, and you have the robot fight. You can see the Cowboys lined up here. And over here we have Wyatt Earp, Virgil Earp, Morgan Earp, then Doc Holliday in the back. He had a shotgun. He had promised that he wasn't going to participate. He was only gonna protect them with a shotgun during the confrontation, but later became part of the fight. So let's see if we can get this robot gunfight fired up. All right, push the button to hear the gunfight story.
Welcome to the OK Corral. The West's most famous gunfight began where you are now standing. As you look around, you can see the gunfighters, just as they stood on October 26, 1881. The four cowboys have gathered here in this narrow, vacant lot behind the OK Corral. Their best gunman, Frank McLowry, stands with his brother Tom.
Oh, there. Frank McLowry raised his gun.
The powerful Clanton gang is accompanied by his kid brother Billy. They hope to confront Doc Holliday, who lives nearby in Fly's boarding house. Wyatt Earp and his brothers Virgil and Morgan Earp have just arrived, joined by Wyatt's good friend Doc Holliday.
Stock back there.
Earp, Tombstone's chief of police, orders the cowboys to put up their hands.
That's a Virgil Earp right there.
Seconds, nearly 30 shots will be fired. Both McLowry brothers and 19-year-old Billy Clanton will be killed. Into this vacant lot, where you see them standing now. Suddenly, Wyatt cries out.
You cowboys have been looking for a fight. Now you can have it.
Boys, throw up your hands.
I want your gun.
Don't shoot me. I don't want to fight. I haven't got anything.
Oh, I don't mean that.
Oh, he raised his gun.
Disarm you.
See Wyatt Earp moving his head.
Either fight or get away.
Why? I'm hit. I haven't got you now, Doc. You're a good one if you have. I'm shot right through.
Moving ever so slightly.
Why? I will have to arrest you. I won't be arrested today, Johnny. You deceived me. You told me they were disarmed.
It's a photographer's office. Here, CS Fly, photographer. So they have a photography exhibit here. Some of the famed residents and locations here in Tombstone. This is Doc Holliday's room here, and that is Big Nose Kate, his girlfriend. And you can see she's actually looking out onto the robot gunfight through that window. I think it is time to see the live action gunfight. So the gunfight itself only took 30 seconds, so this may be a short show.
Every single time we enter or exit the stage. Conversely, if you see any dirty, stinky cowboys, we want you to boo them every single time they enter or exit the stage. Sounds simple enough, right?
Yes. Right.
That was convincing. Let's give it a shot as loud as you can for the good guys!
Woo!
Good guys!
Boo!
Good guys!
Woo!
Are you folks ready for a gunfight?
Woo!
You ready for a killing?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why, you people all sit. Sit tightly, folks.
Look here, Tom. Don't this Earth boys dress so furry? Sometimes.
Yeah, we even bathe on occasion. You two should try it.
What is that supposed to be? Take it easy. Got you your whiskey. You'll be all right. Give me your whiskey.
Woo!
I live and breathe Doc Holliday.
Wide up after all this time.
Well, tell me, old friend, how was Tucson?
Well, the festival was a bust, if you must know.
Huh.
Plenty of money to be had, but none of it rubbed off on me.
Ah.
Now, enough about me. How is respectable business treating you?
Well, Doc, I'll tell you, Tombstone's a place to be.
You got in this town more than 10, 15?
There's 5, Frank. That's more than enough to handle you cowboys.
He's coughing over there because he has tuberculosis.
There's that Lunger, Doc Holliday. You know, I reckon he's probably going out spreading more lies about me.
I do believe I've only ever told the truth about you, Frank.
That's real smart, Lunger.
You're a drunken fool.
Hey! Easy, Frank. We ain't here for him. Hey, don't make me kill you.
I'm through with your words, Frank. You threaten me, you threaten the ups, and I'm sick of hearing it. So how about we settle this little blood feud right here and now?
You know, I reckon that's gonna be just fine by me, Lunger. Now. All right, Doc, I gave you the chance to die like a man. Now I'm gonna gun you down like a dog. On the count of 3, I'm gonna kick you.
I hit him with the gun. Buffaloed him.
You looking for someone, Frank?
Oh no, he's publicly urinating. I didn't know this is. Oh, you know this was this kind of gun show.
More
Oh,
beer.
he's just pouring out
Yeah, Morgan,
whiskey.
If I still had that 6-shooter, I'd make a fight with you and your whole Earth Army.
Who do you think you are? Some Dodge City pimp coming down here telling us how to live?
Oh.
Hey! Now put up your hands, boys. We're here for those guns. Wait, I don't want that!
Oh, jeez. Jeez. That's Doc Holliday going crazy.
You still got you, Holiday? You still got the guts to play for blood?
I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh. Nice.
Hey.
Woo!
I see you moving. Maybe that gun!
Wait, here. And that, folks, was our show. We sure hope you enjoyed it.
Woo! Oh, they're alive. And as we exit through the gift shop, you can see have some pressed pennies here. You got Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, and Geronimo. You've got quarter penny. Push it in, then you got to pick which quarter you want. And right next to the OK Corral, they have the Tombstone Historama, this classic old school attraction. In the lobby here, you can get some fresh hot popcorn. You can see some Wild West board games there, the Wyatt Earp game, and it was really fascinating. I found out Wyatt Earp lived into the 1920s, which is pretty crazy to think of him in that time period. And oh, look at this! This is the gunfight of the OK Corral game, where we have guns pointed at each other. That is, I guess you got to knock down your opposing cowboys, but I guess you fire these pellets at each other. And here's some old Wild West comic books. The Historama here only plays 3 times a day. The theater here got a super spooky piano player, and this is the Historama. So it is a rotating show. So you can see the mound here. Out front, we've got the Native Americans, and then this will, once the show starts, this will rotate and have different effects. So yeah, very old school type of attraction. You don't see attractions like this much anymore. I want to get a good view, so I'm going to sit right up here in the front row. Now, unfortunately, they did not allow filming during the Historama show, but it was super super cool. So it's like there's like that big mound that I showed you guys, and it rotates, shows different sides of the mound, different scenes through Tombstone's history, and there is like a screen that'll drop down and play bits of footage, reenactments in between. So it'll drop down, and then the mound will rotate behind the screen. So when it comes back up, you see another scene in Tombstone. A lot of cool scenes. There's some animation. You got horses like moving. There's like mules taking stuff in and out of the mines, and at one point they do show like the whole town on the side of the hill, with lights showing what is where. And then there's they show the big fire where that nearly wiped out the town. So you see the red lights show the fire occurring. There's a really cool effect. And then of course it gets into the gunfight at the OK Corral. Play some reenactment footage, and then it shows you like a scene on the mound, which is like the aftermath of the OK Corral, where the cowboys get revenge on the Earps and attack the two Virgil and Morgan Earp, and it actually has a little puppets, and it shows like as they're being attacked by the cowboys, the puppets will like collapse, and one like falls and hits its head on a pool table and makes a big clunk. That was kind of funny, but that was really cool. And then at the end, it does do like a big rotation that shows the whole Historama mound. So really cool. I wish I could show it to you guys, but I would recommend, if you're here in Tombstone, check it out. Just a really old school classic. Oh, did I mention? It's narrated by Vincent Price, which may be the most awesome part of all of it. Here is the Tombstone Epitaph, was the newspaper here in Tombstone, and isn't that the perfect name for the Tombstone newspaper? Also have a free museum inside as well, and you can see the old newspaper printing equipment here, the ink plates there. They made the Wild West newspapers. Here's an actual copy of the Tombstone Epitaph. This is from 1881. This was 5 weeks before the OK Corral gunfight. And there's some old newspapers back here. It's about the capture of Geronimo, the imprisonment of Geronimo, and Geronimo's obituary. Here's the Epitaph's rivals, the other newspapers in town, the Commercial Advisor, and the Weekly Nugget. Now we saw the Historama, which is a classic retelling of Tombstone. But here's a more modern retelling, Ike Clanton's Haunted Hotel, a historical walkthrough. I think we're gonna head through here. All right. Oh yeah, look over here, the ghostly gambler.
520.
Okay, here we are. The gentleman said our host will be the ghost of Doc Holliday. So we can activate. Oh, there he goes. The stagecoach here. Oh, there he is.
Hello, friends. I am your guide, Doc Holliday. Welcome to Tombstone. Let us step back in time to the 1880s, back when I was in my prime. Now, what are you doing here, Kate? No one invited you. Go on back to haunting the Birdcage Theater or the Crystal Palace Saloon, where you belong. Go on now, go on.
Telling Big Nose Kate to go haunt somewhere else.
This is an original 1800s Concord stagecoach.
Oh, it's an actual
Looks
stagecoach
like it's been
here.
around, doesn't it? A little bit
really
like
cool.
my girlfriend Kate. The first
look at
cross-country
this.
stage
It's
line
terrifying.
passed just north of here and usually made the St. Louis to San Francisco trip in 22 long days. At the end of... Perhaps you'd better head on next door, where I'll tell you
Stagecoach
about
is
other legends of the old
under
West.
attack here.
I do hope you make it.
Oh, look at this. Saloon here. Oh, gosh. Fired some shots. Okay, they're playing Pharaoh here. Actually, they're playing pool. But it says Pharaoh game on the wall. I guess we can... Oh, jeez! Oh, jeez! We'll blast it out the window there.
Some people just can't get over losing to being a card game. Just glad their aim was bad. You know, back in the 1800s,
look at
Old
this.
West, violent death was common.
There's a pronghorn up
You
there.
might die from an Indian raid led by the Apache Geronimo, a mine accident,
Yeah, this
a
place
jealous
is
lover,
super,
or a drunk
super
with a
cool.
grudge wanting to get even. More good.
All right, so we're moving on to the Undertaker's parlor. Oh, no jump scares in here. The corridors obviously are very spooky. Oh, yeah, look at this spooky skeleton here.
Welcome to the Undertaker's parlor.
Oh, there he is.
Last
He's in
stop
the
before you go to
he's
Boot
in the
Hill
coffin.
Cemetery. Boot Hill was so named since many people buried there died suddenly and violently.
Oh, yeah, here.
And are buried with their boots still
Here's the
on.
cowboys in their
The ground was hard
in their
as cement,
coffins.
so the graves were dug very shallow.
Talking about
and
Boot
rocks
Hill.
were piled on top of the graves to keep the varmint sound.
The Old West
Back
embalming.
in the 1800s, most people were prepared for burial in their own homes. But this is Tombstone. Many people didn't have that option and were brought here to the Undertaker's parlor and had to be buried in Boot Hill. Now, several unmarked
Oh, no.
graves are found there.
Hey, Doc,
Well,
where you
there's-
taking me to Boot Hill? Haven't I been here long enough?
Patience, Billy. Everyone's
Oh, it's
in such a hurry now.
Billy Clanton. Oh, he's gonna sneeze. Oh,
Excuse me. I apologize. I think I'm allergic to dead people.
alrighty. So the real excitement is next door. Oh, this is where the town was on fire? I'm imagining. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. There's Doc.
Did you know that Tombstone is called the town too tough to die? On the mines
you can
had
see
started
here,
taking in water.
it's
at
actually
520 feet down.
People stuck
And in
inside the flaming
1881,
building.
Enormous pumps had to be installed. A shaft under this very building. But I do not believe that for a second.
Oh, jeez.
Whoops. Well, I think perhaps
Ground just
we'll
completely
get up
collapsed.
now.
Better leave.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you, Doc.
Bye for now.
The Allen Street Theater here. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there you are. I'm glad you made it. The mine shaft underneath this building seems to be a bit unstable today. Been waving a 6-shooter.
Oh, okay. So in this room here, this is where Doc Holliday initially had his conflict with Ike Clanton and the Cowboys. That's pretty crazy. So this room's haunted too. In this case here, we have the head of Ike Clanton, at least the wax head of Ike Clanton, and a haunted doll. It's making it very clear that she is haunted. And it said this is some ghost photography. It was taken at the Boot Hill Cemetery. I mean, that clearly looks like a cowboy. So I really enjoyed Ike Clanton's Haunted Hotel. Just the great sets there. I love the Doc Holliday ghost, the lighting, the spookiness. It was all very, very cool. Like I said, I went down to the Historama, saw kind of that classic, old school tourist retelling of the of Tombstone, and then over here at the Haunted Hotel, you get kind of a more modern interpretation using modern effects and visuals. So very cool. I would definitely include both attractions. If you come down here to Tombstone, both attractions definitely worth checking out. So I think we're gonna grab some lunch here at Big Nose Kate's saloon. Of course, Big Nose Kate, the girlfriend of Doc Holliday, and also she had a really big nose, really large nose. Oh wow, look at this place here. Got live music, got the stained glass windows of Doc Holliday and Big Nose Kate. It's pretty amazing. a newspaper style menu here. It says that Kate's favorites are the Goldie's famous overstuffed Reuben or Pistol Pete's pastrami sandwich. But I think in celebration of our visit here to Tombstone, we're gonna get the Boot Hill Burger. All right, playing some Marty Robbins. So my Boot Hill Burger has arrived. It's got bacon on it. It's also got some green chilies. They're not all chopped up like the one from yesterday. Kind of the long strips of chili there. So let's try this. And I put that Tombstone burger in its grave. Right in the middle of the saloon is the shaft. So go down this winding staircase. Took us down here to the gift shop, but there is an actual shaft down here. It's an old mining shaft, an old silver mine down here in the basement. Oh yeah, you can look down there. And it said that there was a man known as the Swamper that I guess he was kind of the person that took care of the building. He lived down here. I see his bed there by the shaft. Buy your cowboy or showgirl outfits down here. And over here are the Big Kate Saloon pressed pennies. You got Kate and Doc Holliday there, the outside of the building. There's Big Nose Kate in a bathtub. Yeah, let's get all four of these. We got quarter penny. And some little shiny pennies from Big Nose Kate. Oh, and before we leave here, I spotted one more pressed penny machine. This was outside of Lily's Tombstone Memories. And look what is on this one. There is the grave of Lester Moore. This is one of my, this has got to be one of the best finds I've seen. Oh, that's the perfect Tombstone pressed penny. Also, we got Geronimo and Justice is Coming to Tombstone and a Marshall's badge. Yeah, we'll get all these. Quarter penny. Found some great pressed pennies today. I haven't been through this area since I started collecting them, so a lot to be found. I just noticed something looking at me from across the street. What is that in the window? Okay, couldn't quite figure it out. It's like a wild boar or a peccary of some sort. So thank you for joining me here today in the wonderful Wild West town of Tombstone, Arizona, a place created on the blood of gunfighters where a mild insult in a bar can lead to 5 people being shot in the middle of the street. It was a wild town, and it's still a wild town. Wild for a tourist who wants a great Wild West experience. So I had a great time here today, but man, I probably should have already left. I need to get to California. It's about 9 hours from here. So the clock is ticking. I need to get in my car and head out to California. No time to film along the way. I need to focus. We'll be in California tomorrow to start off the spooky California weekend. We are very excited about that, and I hope you guys will join me for that. We got some fun stuff coming up. If you like this channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more will get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also, enamel pins, press pennies, motel key fobs, other souvenirs in the Etsy shop. And I am currently doing personalized messages on Cameo. If you are interested in receiving a message to you, to a friend, to a family member from me, all that information is in the description. In fact, all of those things are in the description, and all of those things help to keep this stagecoach down the dirt road, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.